Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome you all in EdSEX Online Support and Assignments tutorial for Round 2 Week 3. I am Zubia Razak from APS Chakthamni. The grade is 9 and subject is Biology. Recipe is chapter number 8, Nutrition. Objective is, at the end of this week, you would be able to understand about digestion in small intestine and large intestine from textbook pages 161 to 163. Task 1, that is about digestion in small intestine and large intestine. So here are two types of intestines. Small intestine consists of duodenum, jejunum, ileum, and large intestine consists of cecum. Here is ascending colon, here is descending colon, and here is rectum, and last one portion is anus. And now I will discuss about duodenum. The portion that starts after the stomach is duodenum. It comprises of first 10 inches, that is 25 centimeter of small intestine, and it is the part of alimentary canal where most of the digestive process occurs. Here, food is mixed with 3 different secretions. Bile from this liver helps in the digestion of lipids through emulsification. Bile is secreted from the liver and it is essential for emulsification. And emulsification is the separation of large fat droplets from small fat droplets. Second one is pancreatic juice. From this pancreas contains enzymes. This is pancreas. The pancreatic juice contains enzymes trypsin for protein digestion, pancreatic amylase for carbohydrates, and lipase for lipids. The pancreatic juice will be secreted from this pancreas, and bile will be secreted from this liver. The last one is intestinal juice from intestinal walls, which contains many enzymes for the complete digestion of all kinds of food. The bile that is secreted from this liver contains pigments that are byproducts of red blood cells destruction in liver. These bile pigments are eliminated from the body with feces. The next part in small intestine is jejunum, which is 2.4 meters long. It is concerned with the rest of the digestion of proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids of our bite. The last portion is 3.5 meters long of small intestine is ileum. It is concerned with the absorption of digested food. There are circular folds. These are circular folds in the inner wall of ileum. These folds have numerous finger-like projections, as you can watch here, called villi, and singular will be villus. Villi increase the surface area of inner walls and it helps a lot in the absorption of digested food. Each villus is provided with blood capillaries and a vessel of lymphatic system called lacteal. So here you can watch the villi. Here are folds. Here is muscle layers, and here are capillaries, and here is lacteal. The wall of villus are only one single cell thick. The digested molecules, simple sugars and amino acids are absorbed from small intestine via the hepatic portal vein and goes to this liver. The blood carries them away from the small intestine via hepatic portal vein and goes to the liver for filtering. Here toxins are removed and extra food is stored. From liver, the required food molecules go towards this heart via the hepatic vein. The fatty acids and glycerol present in the small intestine are absorbed in this lacteal of villus. Lacteal carries them to the main lymphatic duct from where they enter in bloodstream. And after the digested products of our bite have been absorbed in blood, the remaining mass enters large intestine. So this is large intestine, and it has three parts. First one is cecum, or pouch that forms the T-junction with small intestine. And from colon, next one is colon. Here is ascending colon and here is descending colon. Then this part is rectum and last one is anus. So here you can watch the parts of large intestine: cecum, colon, rectum and anus. The cecum forms T-junction with the small intestine, colon and rectum. From this colon, water is absorbed into blood. As water is absorbed into the blood, the solid remains of food are called feces. So here is feces. Feces mainly consists of the undigested material, large number of bacteria, and the detached particles of cells of alimentary canal. Bile pigments and water are also the parts of feces. Here is the appendix, which is a non-functional finger-like process arises from the blind end of this cecum. Inflammation of appendix due to infection causes severe pain. The infected appendix must be removed and surgically removed, otherwise it may burst and inflammation may spread in abdomen. The feces are temporarily stored in rectum, which opens out through anus. So feces will stored here and it will be removed from the body through this anus. Under the normal conditions, when the rectum is filled up with feces, it gives rise to a reflex and anus is opened for defecation. This reflex is consciously inhibited in adults, but in infants it is controlled involuntarily. I mean to say that infants are unable to control this reflex. During growth, child learns to bring the reflex under voluntary control. I have discussed about small intestine, large intestine, duodenum, jejunum, bile secretion, pancreas and pancreatic juice, ileum, villi, lacteal and capillaries. The parts of large intestine, feces. These are the parts of rectum and this is the last portion, that is anus. When feces is stored in this rectum, then it gives rise to a reflex that now the rectum has filled with feces. Now a person should remove it through anus. But the infants are unable to control this reflex. And now it's time to discuss the home tasks for the day 1. You have to read and memorize concepts of textbook pages 161 to 163, and you have to write about the functions of duodenum, jejunum and ileum, and you have to draw the figure 8.7 from textbook page 162. You have to write about the cecum, colon and rectum of large intestine, and you have to write about what is feces and reflex. Thank you and have a nice day.